で今やっている作業がですね、
はい、
ちょうどこの鍛錬という作業で、
すごいですね。
But how bad is the situation really? Out of curiosity, I asked the next question and was shocked by the answer.
皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Let's Ask Shogo. Guys, look at me. I am in my somewhere again. I'm going to be taking you somewhere really special today. If you can take a look at here, Nihon Genshosha-san. This is actually going to be my second katana workshop that I'm going to be visiting. それでは中入らせていただきましょう. Let's go inside.
Nihon Genshosha is a katana workshop located in Kyotango, the northernmost city of Kyoto. It is located in the center of a beautiful land surrounded by nature, and I was very much refreshed. This is the company where the swordsmith who made the massive katana that was on display at Tozando is located. I wanted to come here because of that sword I came across. It is rare to see 3 swordsmiths working together to make katana at one workshop, and all 3 men are very young. Here, visitors can learn about the history and appreciation of katana and experience seeing part of the actual sword making process. But the amazing experience they provide is not the only reason why I want to introduce them to you in this video. I want you to know more about them because I believe that they are the one ray of hope left in the fading katana culture. If more people don't support them, in just a few decades later, maybe no one will be able to make katana anymore. What do I mean by that? I hope you can enjoy this video until the end to find out. Then, let's start by asking the 3 some questions about their company. When did you start Nihon Genshosha?
正式に株式会社にしたのは2019年の3月からです。
3年ほど前に。
はい。
How did it all start?
もともと自分たち東京の吉原義人という刀鍛冶の師匠がいてまして、そこのもともと同門一門なんですね。弟子だったんですけれども。
After all 3 of them became professionals, they were discussing what they want to do in the future, and they decided to work together. They hope to bring something new to the world of katana by having 3 of them work together to do what a single swordsmith cannot do. What exactly do you want to do together?
やっぱりどんどん日本刀っていうものが売れなくなってきている時代で、やっぱ売れないとお金に変えていかないと生計が成り立たないってことは弟子も取れないっていう状況になってしまいまして。
In conclusion, if the current situation continues, it is feared that no one will be able to make katana anymore. The main reason the 3 gathered together is to change this fate. To become a swordsmith, one must train under a professional swordsmith for at least 5 years and pass an examination. In the days when katana were selling better, masters were able to train their apprentices in a more rich environment. However, today, the industry as a whole has become poor, forcing people to train in an almost volunteer-like environment. For 5 years, the 3 trained 5 days a week, working part-time late at night and on Saturdays and Sundays to make ends meet. There is no support for housing or living expenses as there used to be. Even if you barely manage to pass the exam to become a swordsmith and become a professional, it obviously takes a lot of money to build a workshop. However, during your apprenticeship, you are too desperate to survive to create any social credibility or connections to borrow money. The 3 of them miraculously managed to find investors by chance, but if they were not lucky, they might not be able to work as they are now. But how bad is the situation really? Out of curiosity, I asked the next question and was shocked by the answer. How many swordsmiths are in their 30s like you?
30代でいうと10人いるかいないか10人ぐらいですかね。20代が今2、3人とかじゃない。
Among more than 100 million Japanese, there are already only this many young people. In the future, only these 15 people will be capable of raising apprentices. I hope you can all understand how critical the situation is. So then, just listening to us talking wouldn't be so much fun. So let's move on to the experience that they provide at this facility. First, we had a lecture on the history of katana in this building.
日本刀っていうのが全部同じ形ではなくて、各時代の戦い方とか身につけ方によって姿とか長さ、厚さに変化があるんですね。
In order to make it easier to visually understand the differences in katana from one period to another, they have prepared some wooden models.
でこっちの左から平安時代、
はい。
で鎌倉時代、
はい。
南北朝時代、で戦国時代、
はい。
江戸時代っていうふうに。
You can clearly see the differences at a glance. By the way, do you know why the direction the katana face changes in the middle? This is because the type of katana changed depending on the era. The three swords on the left are called tachi, a long, deeply warped type of katana for use on horseback. You wear them with the blade down and hang them on your waist using some equipment. And here is one of the most overwhelming presents among the three periods of the tachi.
でもう一番の高層な
これすごいですね、存在感が。
南北朝時代になります、ね。
南北朝時代だけどうしてこんなに力強くなったんですか？一気に長さも太さも。
この時代がだんだんと下克上って言って実力のある人が成り上がっていく時代に変わり始めて、それすごく自分をアピールするためにこういうもうでかいものをこぞって。
From an era in which one's birth status determined whether or not one can become a samurai, an era started in which those who were strong in warfare were able to elevate their position. This idea spread throughout the country and set Japan on the path to the Sengoku Civil War period, which lasted for 150 years. From this period, group warfare became the mainstream, and shorter uchikatana fought on the ground became more common than tachi.
でこれは戦国時代の片手打ちっていうもう片手で振り回すやすいように、この中頃の部分も短い、
おー、なるほど。
こういうのが流行ったんですね。からさらにもう江戸時代に入ってしまうと、
はい、
今度市内が発達してみんな市内で練習するのが当たり前になってきたんですね、はい、そうした時に普段使っている市内と同じようなまっすぐな反りのない刀が流行るようになったんですね。
Although the form of the katana has changed over the ages, it has always been a symbol of the Japanese people's spirituality. Even though katana are no longer used in actual combat, appreciating the beauty of the sword can give us a sense of life and death and provide us with time to reflect on ourselves. The three gentlemen said that in order to protect the swordsmithing industry in the future, it is necessary to make modern-day katana just as there have been katana in each of the previous eras with their own characteristics.
現代を生きて、現代の環境でこう何を学んで何を刀に反映していくかっていうのがすごく重要だと考えてまして、今あるのはコンセプトを考えまして、でそれを刀を通して表現するっていうことを考えています。
For example, creating decorations using local products based on the concept of Kyotango, the region where the forge is located, or creating wave patterns inspired by scenes of the sea and rocks. In addition to this, they have also challenged themselves to use music as a concept and to copy sound waveforms onto the blade wave patterns. I was most impressed with the glass-coated katana they invented. Many swordsmiths consider having their katana placed as works of art in hotels, restaurants, etc. But the problem is that people at those facilities don't know how to do the maintenance. They coated the blade with glass to create a katana that requires no maintenance. If this experiment works, it could be a revolutionary product. I was very excited to hear them say that there is still a lot of potential for katana.
なので自分たちは今のいいものとするその価値観っていうのが割と鎌倉時代の昔のものが良かったでこう写し昔のものを常にこう模倣するっていう流れがあるんですけど、ただそれじゃあ自分たちの時代の刀ではないなっていう考えのと、自分たちのこの新しい技術だったりとか昔にはなかった情景だったりとかそういう波形であったりとかそういうものを反問にしたりとかで新しい魅力をどんどん刀に反映させていきたいなっていう。
Now, let's have a look at the actual place where the swords are made. Here, you can observe a part of the process of making the katana in action.
で今やっている作業がですね、
はい
ちょうどこの鍛錬という作業で、もともとその日本刀の
はい
材料がこの玉鋼といいます、ね、
玉鋼
でこれをまず熱して
はい
でこう平べったく潰すんですね。でそれを最後に焼きを入れることによって、
はい、
割りやすくしまして、硬いとこ柔らかいとこっていうのを
はい、
この段階で選別します。硬いところは硬いものだけ、柔らかいものは柔らかいものだけで、
はい、
鍛錬をしていくんです。でこういうふうに折り返し、はい、何度も何度も折り返して、で鋼にこう粘りが出るまでやるんですけど、で今日はここ
そこの作業を見せていただいているということですよね。
Separating the hard iron into the blade side of the katana and the soft iron in the middle and peak sides makes it possible to create a flexible blade while maintaining sharpness. From there, the iron is formed into the shape of a katana. The process from this point onward is explained in detail in the previous videos, so please take a look.
これから一丁で、はい、叩いていきます。
At first, the goal is to attach the spark pieces of steel together so they will hit gently. How the smaller hammer taps dictate the strength and timing of the larger hammer strikes. Before putting the steel in the fire, they put straw ashes on it to prevent the steel from burning. Not only do they look at the color, but they also listen carefully to the sound and adjust the temperature from the flame by the sending wind. Next, 2 people will hit the steel hard to stretch it. They obviously are raising their hammers a lot higher than they did earlier. Is it rare for 3 licensed swordsmiths to be working at the same workshop like this company?
そうですね、非常に珍しいと思います。家族経営だとか、全く関係のない3人集まって刀鍛冶の会社っていうのはもう非常に珍しいです。
But how would you do the current procedure without 2 other people?
機械のハンマーがあるので、基本的には全て一人で鍛冶屋さんはできるんですね。
むしろ今は刀鍛冶一人で一つの工房がもう当たり前になってる。
Do you always make katana together here?
一応は一人一人で作るんですけど、やっぱり人数いる分その分有利で、ちょっとしたことをこう手伝ってほしいとか、あとこう叩いてほしいという時は3人でやったりとかしますね。
Next, they will fold the steel over. They will make a cut in the steel and fold it from there. This process is done roughly 10 to 12 times to create 1,000 or more layers. They gave me a chance to try swinging the hammer.
わ、すっごい。こんなに重たいんですね。
左手は一番後ろを持っていただいて、でここの この辺の太ももに当てていただくんですね。
太ももに。
はい。で前持っていただいて、
はい。
で上げて落とすだけで大丈夫です。
はい。
This is my first time doing this, but I'll try my best. The hammer weighs about 7 kilo and is attached to the end of a 1 meter long stick, so it feels much heavier than it looks. After this experience, I gained an even greater respect for them.
ありがとうございます。腰が砕けそうです。本当に。すごい。
めっちゃうまいですね。
あ、本当ですか。
めっちゃいい感じです。はい。
ありがとうございます。
Now that we've enjoyed watching their workshop, let's come back to the main building to learn about how to examine the katana properly. Here, you will find a perfectly arranged environment for appreciating katana. By darkening the room and lighting from directly above, the beauty of the surface and blade pattern can be enjoyed to the fullest. Can you believe how beautiful the katana are? There are 3 things to look for when observing a katana: the shape, hamon wave patterns, and jigane layer patterns.
すごいですね。
They even let me see a uchi katana and a tanto short katana. If you're interested in seeing different types of katana in one place, be sure to visit them. But why have these beautiful and exquisite works of art, katana, not sold very well in recent years?
一番はやっぱりその経済的にあまりよろしくないっていうのもあると思います。あとはその日本刀の魅力の発信だったりとか、間違って伝わっている部分もありますし、日本刀のそういう持っている精神性だとか、はい、なんで宝物になりうるかとか、そういうところがやっぱりまだまだ認知されていない。
Katana, which used to be a little more familiar to people in our great-grandfathers and grandfathers' generation, have been rapidly forgotten, and now most Japanese people have never even seen a katana. Although we see people use swords in anime and video games, few people know about sword making and its artistic charm. Rather, people tend to consider real-life katana to be dangerous and just a deadly weapon. So, what changes do you think need to occur in the future?
たちが考えてるのは、今必要なのはやはり海外からの評価なのかなという。今一度日本人が日本刀の魅力に気づくきっかけ。逆輸入じゃないですけど。逆輸入じゃないですけど。
I completely agree with this opinion, because this is exactly what I'm doing through my activities and businesses too. At the end of the experience, you will receive either a brass plate with a wave pattern or real tamahagane as a souvenir. I have chosen the tamahagane in case I'll have an opportunity to show it in my videos.
So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This experience was amazing. As you guys can see, it is very, very dark. I was talking with the amazing people here working at Nihon Genshosha, and I was just enjoying the conversation so much that it has turned completely dark, and it's really close to nighttime actually now, but it was really amazing. Not just being able to actually see how the people make the katana, but also the place here, where you get to actually take a look at how to examine the katana properly. I have never ever seen or experienced somewhere that has all the lightings, the tables, and also the beautiful katana completely prepared. This is my first experience, so if you ever have a chance, yes, this is a little bit far away from the center areas of Kyoto, but I still think this is absolutely a place you have to come if you have a chance to come to Kyoto. And also the reason why I want to take the editing here is because I really think this is amazing too. All of the accessories and the small items they make from the steel and the knives and such, I think this is super, super unique. I think these are the kind of things that the people working in the tourism industry must do to try to keep the culture and traditions alive. So I really want to cheer them on about these kind of activities too. I really hope you can come to Nihon Genshosha and actually experience their activities. And also if you can, take a look at the items, the merchandise they have here too. And by the way, it would be great if you can check out my Ko-fi page and also my Suzuki page where we're selling our merchandise. It's in the description box and also in the comment section. And I'll see you in our next Kyoto Hidden Gems. 皆さんどうもありがとうございました。Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.